Egor, how does it feel, first of all, to sign for Shamrock Rovers?
Yeah, it's an exciting feeling. It's the first pro deal for me, so I'm very proud. Yeah, exciting.
Stephen Bradley coming to you and picking up the phone, how did it feel kind of hearing his voice say that he wanted you to be part of the team?
Yeah, it was a bit flattering, to be honest with you. He wants me to be part of a professional setup, which it's always nice to hear. Do you know what I mean? And it puts some confidence into you that you can play at that level. So yeah, really happy to hear.
And Rovers, especially this season, have lots to play for. They have obviously the league; they're 9 points ahead of Derry at the moment in first, and they have a European qualifier in the Conference League, the second round against Klubkildare or either St Joseph's, which is going on right now. Surely you want to be involved in the next couple of games.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna sit here and say I should be involved straight away, you know, but I have to work for it, and I think the hard work only starts now. So I have to push myself to get in that team for the next couple of games.
What was your earliest football memory? And was it always football for you, or was there any other distraction in the way?
Nah, it was always football. I wouldn't say I was a gem in school, to be honest with you, so football was kind of my way to, you know, show myself, and it was one thing that I was really good at. So yeah, my best memory from football, I'd say, was probably going away to it was Portugal with the 2006 squad. I was playing a Euro, and it was my first real trip away with the lads, so it was kind of like living like a footballer for a week or so. So yeah, that was probably my best memory.
And start me off at grassroots level. Where did football start for you? What club? What town?
Kilcullen. So I would have grew up in Kilcullen. I would have played for Kilcullen AFC, and yeah, look, it's a club of my life. Like that's where I started off. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
And look, I know Cullen well, as well yourself. There's a lot of sports in Cullen. There was no other distraction with sports like Gaelic football, basketball, boxing, or golf.
Yeah, I played a bit of GAA in school now, and I was quite alright at it. But I think it was always football that, you know, kind of I couldn't play football and Gaelic at the same time. I don't think so. I chose football, and I think it's best to stick to them.
And that transition from Cullen to Klubkildare, just talk me through that.
So yeah, I would have been playing for Kilcullen, and then I think I started off going to a thing called Cover, where it's just basically you go train for an hour, you do loads of little skills and all, and it was held in Tokers, where Klubkildare would have been a thing, like that's where they would have trained, and yeah, they kind of seen me from there, and then I went straight into the 2006 squad. This was before Klubkildare went League of Ireland, so yeah, that's kind of how I was spotted from Kildare. That was the transition there.
And who would have been your first coach, and what would they have told you when you first started in Kildare? Did you think you'd be getting to this stage of football career?
Yeah, my first coach was Jamie Smith. That's kind of who do you see where that transition happened, where I went from Kilcullen to Klubkildare. He's the first person I really spoke to, and he's telling me, look, he was very impressed with me. So yeah.
Klubkildare being based in Naas and Togers originally, what sets Klubkildare apart from the rest of the clubs in County Kildare and maybe the outskirts of Dublin?
I think it's a very professional environment, very, you know, very family environment. You know, your friends, the coaches are almost your friends. They're not just your coaches. So that's what I felt like setting apart from other clubs, was just how friendly everyone is to each other, and how easy it is to talk to the coaches and everyone just around the place.
And how hard or how easy was the decision to leave Klubkildare eventually? You've been here for a multiple amount of years, 4 or 5 years, and obviously taking the next step is a positive step in your career. But how hard or easy was it for you to do that?
Yeah, look, it was tough. It was a bit of an emotional one, because obviously I've been at the club since I was, I'd say, 9, so that's around 8 years now, and yeah, it was a bit emotional. It was a tough decision, but I think you need to move on, you need to progress, so I think I took the right step.
And just the transition from playing obviously underage football through the ranks with Klubkildare from 14s, 15s 17s and 20s that you've played with this year. What's the difference that you've seen from the training at that level to the training you've had this week with Stephen Bradley and so?
Yeah, it's a massive jump, to be honest with you. It's very demanding as well. Like, the lads, they take no prisoners. They don't care if you're young, if you're not doing the right stuff, if you're not running hard, working hard, then you know they'll let you know. So I think it's much more demanding than playing with lads your age. So yeah.
Do you feel the pressure as sort because Rovers has a great underage talent setup, but also at the moment they have lots of young players like yourself playing for the first team, like Michael Noonan?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that pressure is on you to start at such a young age, or do you feel like you'll be given your time to progress and whenever it comes, it comes?
I think I'll be given my time, but you know, I'd like to be in there, you know, quite fast enough. But yeah, look, it's all up to the gaffer whether I get my opportunity. I'm sure when that opportunity comes, I'll do well, hopefully.
And just before we move on from Klub Kildare, what was your favourite moment in a Klub Kildare jersey?
Geez, that's a tough one. I'd say winning the Shield final against Cork City in Athlone. I think that was a massive moment. It was a year up. Yeah, it's the first silverware for the club, so it's a massive moment. It was a great day as well.
So far, you've come with some big goals and big moments. You've had a cracking goal against Linfield, you've had cracking goals all throughout your Klub Kildare career, but your last goal for Klub Kildare was against Shamrock Rovers in Road. So how did that feel, knowing in the back of your head that you're going to be joining that team in the future?
Yeah, like I'm good friends with some of the lads, so it was funny, like they were giving me a bit of stick for it, but yeah, it was a great feeling to obviously score for my club and, you know, the winner as well up in Roadstone. I think it was our first ever time winning up there as well, so yeah, it was a great moment anyway. Like, it's at the end of the day, I'm still playing with Klub Kildare at that moment, so
it's certainly a great icebreaker, isn't it? Tell me what the dressing room's like at Rovers at the moment.
Yeah, great atmosphere. Yeah, everyone's you know, everyone's ready to work hard. Everyone's it's very, very intense. Trainings are very intense, but you know, it's also good. It's a good laugh as well. You know, it's very serious, but good at the same time.
With being in a senior dressing room, do you feel like you have to mature straight away, that there's no hanging around because no one's going to carry you? It's up to yourself to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think that's the big jump from academy level and first team. You know, at academy level, you'll get help from everyone, but I think once you go first team, of course you'll get a little bit of help, especially if you're young, but it's up to you to put the hard work in, and yeah, you put in what you get.
I know that you definitely set your own standards. You know, you set yourself to a high standard every game, every time you play and every time you step on the pitch with Klub Kildare. But at Rovers, especially the senior team, they're expected to win every game. They're expected to win every league. They've done 4 in a row. They're expected to qualify for Europe now. And that's not an expectation that Bradley puts on himself. That's what an expectation the country expects, because they're the most decorated club in the island, or not the island, in Ireland. Like, how does that feel to have that standard of expectation put on yourself?
Yeah, look, it's it can be a bit intimidating, nerve-wracking, but I think every single footballer growing up has to go through that, especially if you're young, going into a first team setup. So yeah, look, it's a big challenge, it's a big stepping stone, but you know, I feel like we're ready to, you know, take that responsibility upon ourselves.
I find this like an interesting question. With a lot of players moving abroad and a lot of players even moving to the north or the UK at your age, you decided to stay, and it's a good decision to stay in Ireland with the most decorated team in the country. Was there ever a chance or ever thought in your head that maybe I could go abroad and experience something else like some other players have?
Yeah, look, you know, that's always been a dream of mine, to be playing abroad professionally, but yeah, like, I don't think there's any rush. Obviously, a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, I think you should go away." But a lot of people have said to me, "You should stay here, get some first team training and minutes and all." So, yeah, look, I'm just happy the way it's came out. Obviously, signing for Shamrock Rovers, it's a big thing. So,
do you think more people should follow in your footsteps? Maybe that they should stay on the island and try to progress their talent here?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's no rush anyway to to get to England, say the Premier League. There's definitely no rush. But yeah, I think it's something people should follow in, you know, and not listen to other people saying why you're staying in Ireland and stuff like that. I think, you know, you always have time to go to the Premier League and stuff, and especially if you're young, it's good to get first team minutes.
And I know, like, certain players in Ireland, they have to have a work-life balance, but you're a student, so how do you balance studying for your leaving cert and also playing football at the highest level in Ireland?
Yeah, so I would have been in school. I have a reduced timetable for school, so I can get my studying as well. I think, look, it's obviously the most important part. I think especially if you're like really young, I think you need to get your school and you need to finish off everything. So I've kind of just worked out a way to train full time and do school, so I'm not falling behind with everyone by getting a reduced timetable. So maybe dropping some subjects that I might not need as much. So yeah, that's kind of how I would have done it.
And obviously you're training nearly 5 nights a week, playing a match maybe once or twice a weekend, you know. Do you ever feel like burning out, or what keeps you motivated to keep? It's just the target of playing professional football that keeps you motivated, or is it something else?
Yeah, like it's always been a dream of mine to, you know, play in the Champions League and stuff. So obviously you have to work really hard and sacrifice time with your friends and stuff like that, going out. So yeah, look, it is tough. You do find yourself burnt out a little bit, but every footballer experiences it. No matter what league they're playing in, it's always going to be tough. So yeah.
I guess this is a tough question to ask, but where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, especially in football terms?
I see myself playing in the Champions League and maybe even winning it one day. I think I know it's ambitious, but
it's a brilliant ambition to have,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. I think you need to dream big. So yeah.
What part of your game are you most proud of? I was reading an interview with Stephen Bradley and Glenn Cronin, and they talked about your left side of play, that you're a very talented footballer that can step in and play on the left or at left at the back.
Yeah.
So what part of your game would you be most proud of?
You know, I think I'm very brave and I'm aggressive. You know, I'll try things, like, you know, sometimes it might not work, but look, I'll try do the best for my team, and I'll be helping my team as much as possible. I feel like I'm a leader on the pitch as well. So that's probably the leadership I have. It's probably my biggest part of my game.
And I know that Stephen Bradley plays a slightly different formation that you did in the under-20s with Klubkildare. How does a 3-back sound?
Yeah, look.
And where would you prefer to play? Would you like to play left wing back, left centre back, in the centre, or on the right?
Look, wherever I'm put, I'll play, to be honest with you. Yeah, like it's going to take a bit of time to get used to, I think, because it's a bit unfamiliar, but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it.
And is there any position that you think you're best at? If you could nail on one position for the rest of your life, you'd play there?
Left sided centre back in a 3 and a 4, doesn't really matter. I'll you know, as you said, like with the 3 at the back, I still need to get used to that. But just anywhere on the left side, I think that's where I'll choose.
So just a couple of quick fire questions. So best player you played with?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that. There's a lot of really good players that I've played with, so it's very tough to say.
The player that you want to play with next?
In terms of just anyone in the world?
Anyone in the world, yeah.
Thiago Silva. I really enjoyed watching him, especially I'm a Chelsea fan, so I really enjoyed watching him when he was at Chelsea. He's a true leader, so I'd like to play alongside him.
Okay. Match day routine?
Oof. I wouldn't have any superstitions now. Like, I know there's a lot of people that would be putting their left sock on first and stuff, but stuff like that, all them superstitions, but I wouldn't really. I just try to have the same breakfast every morning, because if I try something different, you never know, you might
what is that breakfast?
It'll be porridge and banana, and then some honey as well, and then maybe some toast.
Player you're most looking forward to playing at Shamrock Rovers?
That's also a really tough one to say. I'd like to play alongside Egor Lopez because look, he's the captain and you know, he's been helping me a lot in training recently. So yeah, I'd say Egor.
Don't pick your own now, but the best League of Ireland stadium.
I haven't played in all of them now, but I think I'll say the Showgrounds in Sligo. I've played there loads of times against Sligo at academy level, in cup games and stuff, and you know, there's obviously been some games we've lost, but some games we've won as well, and yeah, it's just very memorable for me just playing in that stadium.
And what about a stadium you'd like to play in one day?
In the whole world,
In the whole world?
I'd say the Bernabeu, because look, it's Real Madrid. I'd say probably the biggest club in the world. I'd love to play there one day. It's always been a dream of mine.
Your next team after Shamrock Rovers?
Look, I don't know. It could be anyone. Obviously, I support Chelsea, so I'd love to play for Chelsea. But it could be anyone. I'll see where it takes me.
Win the FAI Cup or qualify for the European stages?
That's also a tough one. Look, I'd love to qualify for European stages. I think it's a massive achievement. So is winning the FAI Cup as well. But I think playing in Europe, you know, it's massive. It's always something I've dreamt of.
What would you do if you weren't a footballer?
Oh God, I'm not sure, to be honest. I think something got to do with sport anyway. Maybe not sure. I enjoy basketball a little bit. Like, I'm not too great at it now, but I enjoy playing it with my friends and stuff. Maybe a chef or something. I enjoy cooking. Like, sometimes I'm a bit lazy. I wouldn't always cook, but I enjoy it when making something nice, you know. So maybe a chef or something.
Favourite country you've been to?
Ooh, I'd say Italy. I really enjoyed Italy. Very nice food there and stuff. It's just very nice and relaxing.
And what country would you want to go to that you haven't been to yet?
God, that's tough. Brazil. I think it's just you only see it in movies, to be honest. It's a very big football place, so I'd like to go there and see it. Be a good experience.
Going into the back door.
Watch this for a touch.